In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about a collection of music. And you're probably going, wait, collection of music? Well, music to me is fun. It's collecting. But am I talking about collecting like CDs and stuff? No. Even though I do have, this is not even half of my collection. You guys have seen my DVD collection, but this is not even close to what I have on CDs. Because I used to be big in collecting that stuff. But am I talking about collecting things like music on like an iPod? And yes, this is an iPod, and I still have one. No. But is it what I'm talking about, like what we put on our phones? Like, like things like Spotify or iTunes or anything like that? No. I'm talking about a big, huge song contest that comes out once a year. And this song contest has been going on for a very, very long time. And it's a collection of music of countries that come together for one day to celebrate music. So that's what I'm talking about. And what is that called? It's called Eurovision. That's correct, Eurovision. So if you want to find out more about it, stick with me and I'll talk more about it. Let's get started. Hey guys, Rob here. Welcome to the show. Good to see all you guys. And hey subscribers, welcome to the show. Glad to see you guys. See you guys hanging out. As I said, beginning of the show, what am I talking about? Collecting music. And I have quite the collection of music. In fact, one of my biggest things was when I was growing up is I love soundtracks. So I always got a bunch of soundtracks, especially if it was something from John Williams, or if it was something from James Horner, or any of those conductors, composers, not conductors, sorry. Two different things. But those composers, I really like their music. So, of course, I love music. Music is just one of those things that I have such a collection of them. And if you did see, yes, I do have an iPod. I don't really use this very much anymore because it only can hold so much. But the thing is that this had a collection of music which was over 5,000 different songs and stuff like that. And yes, that's a lot. I do also have a lot of CDs and stuff like that. But now it's really cool with modern technology. We can put things on our phones now. And on our phones we got huge amounts of music and stuff like that. But today, guys, I want to talk to you about a really, really cool show that ever since about the year 2015, okay, if you go back a little bit, since the year 2015, one of my best friends, and by the way, James, this is a shout out to you, my friend. My friend James actually introduced me to the show in about 2014, maybe even about 2013. He was talking about this show called Eurovision. Okay, so in Eurovision, what it is it's a song contest, and it's a song contest that happens in Europe. And this thing has been going on, and I'm not kidding about this, guys. This show has been going on since 1956. Okay, so way, way back. Okay, and what they do is they have people from Europe, all of these different countries, and in fact, I can even show you over here the countries that were in the last one, which was the most recent one, this month, the people that were at this show. And the thing is that since 1956, they have been doing this song contest every year, okay? And the song contest is super cool. Now, you're probably thinking, well, who's been in this? Do I know of any names? Well, I mean, I can give you some examples. First one would be this group right here, ABBA. They were actually part of Eurovision, and they actually won this song contest. But you're probably thinking, well, I don't really know who ABBA is. Do you know anybody else? Sure. How about Celine Dion? She was actually part of this show. Or do you guys know Olivia Newton-John? And if this doesn't look familiar, well, how about this picture of Olivia Newton-John? Because then you might know, oh, that Olivia Newton-John. Yes, she was a part of the show as well, and that's the amazing thing about this. And I know some of you might not be into the song contests or things like American Idol, or you're not into the big, huge, like, shows like America's Got Talent or UK or whatever. You're not into these song contests. But this song contest, if I could talk, it would be nice. This contest is really cool to me because when my friend James introduced me to it, he and I were talking on Xbox, and we were just basically kind of discussing about what he's seeing on the show, and he was telling me about certain things in the stage and whatever. And it just kind of interested me. And then when the year 2015 rolled around, I finally said, you know what, this might be cool, let's try this out. So my friend James, who happens to live in London, he was watching the show, and I actually was able to watch it on YouTube. So, and you guys are watching me on YouTube, so it works. And just so you guys know, Eurovision does have a YouTube channel that you can check out, and check out everything from music videos to even past shows that they had where you can actually see how this thing works. Now, just to give you guys a heads up though, this show is now about, the final is actually about 4.5 hours long. And I know you guys are going, oh, 4.5 hours. Well, if you like music, this show is actually really cool because the stage and everything that goes on is really cool. But what it is just like any other song contest. When it's done, they do voting. Now, when they do the voting, it is all of the countries in Europe come together and they all vote, and they all start out with, you know, a certain amount of points, and the last amount of points is like 12 to 15 points that they give. Now, each country cannot give points to their own country, so they have to give them to other people. But the other thing is then they do the national vote, which is basically all of the people in Europe can vote for songs that they really liked, and of course that can change the voting dramatically at the end. So it's really, really exciting when it gets to it. But by the time you get to about the fourth hour of this, it gets to the point where you're like, oh, can we just get on with it, you know? But it's still fun to watch. Well, this year, they just added a new feature to the actual Eurovision, which is now here in the United States, or wherever you're at around the world, you can actually now vote for this show, which is super cool, and it changes everything dramatically. So, but as I said, the music for the show is amazing. But by the final, you know, they start out with all of these countries in Europe, and then they slim it down to about 26 for the final. And so you go through the 26, and everybody sings, you know, a full-length song, and most songs are original songs, which is also really cool because it's original songs, original music. Some of them will sing them in their native language. Some of them will sing them in English. It's just really dependent on it. But it is super, super, super cool. And I've had fun with it since 2015. In fact, I got to spend time with my friend James and also another friend that she's now gotten interested into it. So it's just been really cool to spend time with my friends, which is, you know, what the Rob Factor is about, spending time with friends, having fun, all of that stuff. But to be able to watch the show with my friends and have fun, and now I get to vote for this, and not just my friend James, it's really, really cool and really fun. So with like all the music that I collect and stuff like that, which is also something that I think is really cool, is that Eurovision actually does sell their soundtracks to their show. And I have actually, in the last couple of years, have actually downloaded their soundtrack, and it's like almost 36 songs. And I know you're saying, well, wait, didn't you say there's 26? Well, they start out with 36 people, and then by the time they slim it down to the finals so that the finals are not 5 or 6 hours long, because I don't know about you guys, but I probably can't stay up for that long. it's a lot of music, but too much, you know. Even the people in Europe, by the time they'd be going to sleep, it'd be like, you know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, so I had to tell you guys that I was super excited, and I've been super excited about this, and I don't know, once again, how you guys feel about music and collecting music, but as I said, with my show, it's the Rob Factor, and it's collecting, having fun times collecting, and just having fun. And one of these things is, you know, this month, at the beginning of the month, is Eurovision. And it's been super fun to hang out with my friends, talk with my friends while we're listening to just absolutely awesome music. And this year, there was no disappointments at all. Now, you guys are probably wondering, you know, well, in this contest, who won? Well, you know me, guys. I am no spoilers. Sorry, I might have broken the screen there a little bit. But yeah, no spoilers. I'm not going to tell you who won. I would say if you guys are interested in it, I would definitely check it out. But that's all I got for you guys today, is I just wanted to talk about, and you can hear the excitement in my voice because I still, every time I think about it, it's super fun. The only sad thing I have to deal with, though, is I have to wait another year for the next one. So, guys, check it out. See what you think. I know some of you might not be interested in it. Some of you guys might be. You might be introduced to it, and then all of a sudden you're just like me, start watching it and stuff like that. In fact, if you guys are curious, if you have on streaming the Peacock Network, they actually do have the last I think it's the last 2 or 3 seasons of this Eurovision, because they actually have a contract with them. So if you have that streaming network, check it out on there. Maybe you can see that, but as I said, they do have a YouTube channel, which is Eurovision, and you can check it out that way as well. But yeah, if you guys are into music and stuff like that, or collecting music, or you just want to try something new and something different, you might be surprised. You might actually like that. I know some of you fans out there might actually like it. Some of my subscribers might actually like it, and some of you don't, which is totally cool, you know. But definitely check it out, guys. Once again, thank you guys for watching my show. I appreciate that. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button, especially my subscribers now. Thank you guys so much for hitting that stuff. Hit that like button for me. And one last thing I got to do, and I really got to do this because it is very important to me. My friend James, buddy, I got to tell you, thank you once again for introducing me to this absolutely awesome thing that you and now we have another friend joining into this. Thank you so much, my bud, my friend. I really appreciate it. Other than that, guys, you have yourself a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. So much music.